Okay, I am here. Oh, Anne says, don't forget to intro yourself. Yeah. Hey, good morning. It's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and you can't see it, but I'm over here doing a little Notion happy dance. I'm super excited. And right before I went to turn the mic on, I felt a sneeze coming, so I caught it before you guys heard it. So that's that's a win for today, I think. Um, I am super excited about today's live because we're doing Notion. Notion. You guys know how much I love Notion. And I feel like for the past, I don't know, the past couple months, I feel like I've gotten away from my Notion stuff other than my book list because I'm always in it every single day pretty much. But I have been in Notion for the past several days, like working on this design and tweaking things and working on like the new design and planning ahead for this month and thinking ahead to the quarter ahead, because I can't believe we're about to go into a new quarter. I know it's only 6 days in to December, but I'm already thinking of quarter one because I'm working on quarter one goodies. But since I've been back in Notion and like really heavily planning in Notion, it's like reminding me all over again how much it helps and how I'm more productive and just better organized when I'm in my Notion and like planning ahead. And like at the beginning of this week, I sat down and I did my planner spread. And I think I have that. Let me see. I'm going to pull that up just so you guys can see. Not that. Well, I mean, it's the same folder, but okay. So like this is my planner spread this week. And I did this first and I sat down and I'm like, okay, I want it to be pretty. And I want like go over my to-do list and all of the things that are happening this week and like posts and all this kind of stuff. And I did this. And then when I got really into Notion this week and started planning, I was like referring to this and was like, do I have this done? Do I have this done? And and so I like using both. I think both really helps me. But one thing that I was doing that I kind of got away from, and I feel like that's what kind of screwed me over in October and November, because I feel like those 2 months I've just been like not quite right in my planning stuff. I got in like a little bit of a planning slump and I just was disorganized. And so this past week when I've just been like really into my Notion planning, it's like game changer. Like this is why I do this. So I don't want to spoil anything and like show you how I've customized mine yet, but I thought that I'd give you a little look into like this is my 2024 hub that I've been using and I love it. It is beautiful. But you can see I started like really using Notion again this week, and like some of this is already marked off and some of it's changed, and I've updated it to my 2025 one because I went ahead and just started including December in my 2025 one so I could just start that transition. But I don't know, there's just something about it. Let me turn this on. What do I have? Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking for some daily spread inspiration for Notion, this was my daily page in Notion on Monday. And just doing this, I swear, it just really helped me. So this is my speech about y'all use Notion. Use it with your digital planners. It makes a difference. And if you've noticed this about Notion lately, where like your little clock is doing this, just give it a minute and it'll just like settle down. See, I don't know what it is, but it's just been doing it. But this is a little Notion spread inspiration for you that I did. This was my daily from Monday, and I started out with a template and I absolutely loved how it turned out. I mean, some of this is, adjusted, but, because I marked stuff off my list. But how cute is this? Like, come on. I mean, how cute is this? It's just cute. I just have to say, it's just cute. So Notion, use it with your planner. Like I will sit down and plan ahead and things in here. And then when I sit down to do my weekly spread in my planner, this is where I pull from. This is what I reference. So this is kind of cleared off because I started doing it in the 2025 hub. But if you guys want to see more Notion videos in the new year, I'm here for it. Because when I'm in my Notion and use it with my digital planner, I'm more productive. I get more done. I am more organized. My head's in a better place. So I'm just going to be using it more. So, but that being said, let's look at the 2 new hubs. Oh wait, I should probably say that right now there's a vote going on in the planning Patreon for our December exclusive goodies. It normally would have gone out yesterday, but I was all caught up in getting these hubs ready to go to the shop and then realized late last night that I never posted that. So it is up today. And then there was something in book club. Let me see. What did I post in book club today? I'm over here referring to my Notion and checking it as done because I already did it. The announcement of what our live stream in book club is going to be. That's what went out today. Okay. Turn that filter back off. Okay. So I think those are my only 2 announcements right now, unless I remember something else. But, okay. So if you were around this time last year, you may remember the 2024 Big Picture Planning Hub that was the Pink Queen theme. That is a little hard to say, by the way. Pink Queen theme. But this is what it looked like. And it was really pretty. Okay, really pretty. So I got the request to do a new 2025 Big Picture Planning Hub, and I wanted it to be my classics theme, since what we're doing for Q1 is we're doing neutrals, and you guys don't know this yet, but luxury metallics is going to be part of our main stuff, and then request. So a lot of the basic, the neutrals, the classic stuff like that, but then also luxury metallics are coming for Q1. So I wanted the new hub to match my classic stuff. So I did a new sticker bundle to match this and did the Big Picture Planning Hub in the classics theme. But then I also did a new simplified version of this that I'm calling the Life Hub. So we're going to look at both of those. Let's see. Suki says, I would love to learn more about agenda for Notion. Yes, because there's an agenda tab here, which is basically just your to-do list. And we'll look at that. But if you mean like doing like daily plans or weekly plans in there, we can totally do like a Notion plan with me. That would be fun. But yes, we will look at the agenda. Erin says, voted in planning Patreon just a little bit ago. Yay. Downloaded my December freebie from the website. Yes, thank you for reminding me. The December freebie is up and it is freaking beautiful. You see how I said freaking? Because my husband tells me that I cuss too much. He's trying to be like, okay, you got, just tone that down. I don't think it's going to work. But, you know, you guys know me at this point. I mean, he does too, but still. He says I cuss too much. I don't know. I would say let's do a swear jar, but then that takes away from book money, and we're not doing that. So it's not that big of a deal. Okay. So, okay, let's look at, okay, maybe y'all want to look at the stickers first. Let's look at the stickers to go along with this. So if you remember, for 2024, when I did the Pink Queen Notion Hub, I did a sticker bundle that you can use to customize your Notion Hub, but you can also use it in your planner, right? So, where's it at? There we go. Here we go. Okay, let's look at this. So, the Notion Hub comes with like all these different elements, but then you get the stickers, like I said, to customize like your Notion Hub, but also using your planner. And then each quarter last year, I put out a new sticker pack to go along with like the current theme. So if you want a sticker pack to go with this, like any theme. I've already got a request for love story. Yes, that will happen. It is on my list. But let me know if you have a theme. So these stickers come with the Notion hubs, but you can also get them by themselves. So it's Monday Start and Sunday Start calendars. Then you get headers and little trim pieces. You get the little decorative pieces. Oh, so pretty. You get some images to get you started. Little headers here. Then you've got like everything for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So you get all these stickers that you can customize your Notion hub with and use in your planners. You guys have seen me do that. And you can use in your daily spreads, okay? Because in your Notion, right? It's pretty. Anne's laughing. What's wrong with him? You can never cuss too much. Aaron says, right, it's just words, like decorative words. Yes. I think it's okay, but I do a lot. It's okay. All right. So that's the sticker pack. Like I said, it comes with the Notion hub. So if you get the Notion hub, you don't have to get the stickers separately. But if you like the look of it, but don't want the Notion hub and just want the stickers, you can get that. So this is the Big Picture Planning Hub. And let me know in the comments, okay, if you saw the 2024 one, if you used it, if you have never seen this before, you've only seen it in maybe my customization videos where I swap out the graphics every quarter. Like, let me know. Like, have you used this? Do you know what this is? Okay. So the Big Picture Planning Hub, you've got your navigation over here on the side, and anytime you see like this little orange border, like see how when I hover over it, you get this little orange thing? That means it is a synced block, which means if you add something to this, anywhere this block is in the Notion hub, it will be there automatically. So stuff like the navigation and the habit tracker, those are synced across everything, right? So you've got your navigation. This is your vision board. That's also your life categories. So each one of these goes to a page that is like a category in your life. Okay. And then you've got little quick add things for adding goals or tasks. This is your current quarter. So like if you click on this, it will go to the quarter 1 page. And this has a filter applied, so you can just filter it out. So like when it's time to go to quarter 2, you just change the filter to be quarter 2 and it'll show quarter 2 there. Same thing with quarter 3, quarter 4. I mean, you could turn them all on, but that, defeats the purpose of it being this current quarter, but that's how that part works. So you just change the filter anytime you need to swap out the quarter. Aaron says, I completely failed on my goal to learn Notion this year. Aaron says Notion is amazing. We can do more Notion videos because I fucking love it. Okay? Love it. Okay? It's so handy. So anytime you have a Notion question, let me know. We can do a video about it. We can start making sure that a Notion video is in the lineup every month. We can do that. Okay, so these are your life categories. And this is your current quarter. You've got this little tracker here showing like your progress for the year, the quarter, the month, the week, and the day. Right now it's obviously showing December, but it will roll over to the new year as we go on. Then the next section is your agenda and your daily focus. Now you'll notice that orange border is back. The reason why is because this daily focus shows up in other places. So as you edit it, like you can be like, okay, Monday, this is what I want to focus on. Tuesday, this is what I want to focus on. And you can change this up, personalize it, make it your own. And you can change it throughout the year if something doesn't fit. And these all minimize, so you don't have to have it fully, stacked out all the time. You can be like, okay, today's Monday. What is my focus? Tuesday, what is my focus? So that's what this is. And you can, like I said, it's synced, so you can make changes to it, and anywhere this shows up, you can see it. You change it in one place, and that's it. So This is your agenda. The way this works is there is a database in this Notion Hub that this is like your to-do list. This is where you can put down events. You can have daily pages in here. You can have weekly pages. You can have, goals, birthdays, anniversaries, anything like that that you want. And you can add something by hitting the new button. You can do a plus button on a certain day. There's a filter for status, and you set your status on the individual, task, individual calendar item. There's also a filter for categories. So remember when I said your vision board and your life categories? That's this. So each of these things relates back to your categories up here. Now I can come in and go to properties and tell it to turn on the name so you can see that like what each of these are. I'll show you mine in a bit where I've customized it and add headers like I did for the last quarter. You can also change, if you go to layout, you can change the card size to be small, medium, or large to customize your look. I don't think you can do that in the app, but I think you can on like the computer or web version of Notion. So I'm gonna take this back down to that, turn that off. And the reason why you see this where it's like 2025 goals and to-do lists and they're turned off is because you can link your to-do list items and your goals to these different categories. So, and I'll show you that when we go to my Notion. I don't want to do it in this because this is, the one that's in the shop. But I'll show you that. We can look at it. But so here's your calendar. You can scroll to different months. You can, if you ever get lost and you're like, we're not in June, just hit today and it'll go to wherever today is. Really, really handy. There's also another view of your agenda for quarter one. So this is just everything listed out. The way this works though is that when you have an item, if you set the month, so like here's all the things you can set for each individual item. So you've got status, category, date, month, priority, quarter, and related goal. You don't have to include all of these in every time you add something to your agenda, but the way the filters work is that if you tag a month, it will show up under a month. If you tag a quarter, it'll show up under a quarter. If you tag a date, it'll show up on the calendar. If you don't put a date, it's not going to show up on the calendar, by the way. And then category, that's where it links back to your vision board life categories. And then status, this is where you can choose in progress, complete, anything like that. The way the filter works on the calendar automatically is it's set to only show the stuff that has not been started or is in progress. So when you mark something as done, it doesn't delete the task, but it'll not show up on your calendar anymore. So if I took this and I change the status to done and then go back, you can see it's not on my calendar anymore, right? So if I go to turn this on and I say complete, you can see there it is. It's right there. So I'm going to change that back to not started. There you go. So you can see how that works, right? So filters are amazing, but if you don't set the categories, if you don't use the properties that the filter is working with, then it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. If you are wanting to look at things for quarter one, if you have not tagged it for quarter one or tagged it for a month, then it won't show up with that filter. So keep that in mind. That's how filters work. Then down here, you've got a habit tracker. So I've started customizing my habit tracker. I'll show you that. But the way it works is this isn't the type of habit tracker where you're like every single day of the year, you're keeping up with everything. This, like, you check this off for the week, and then when a new week comes around, you just hit refresh and it wipes everything back down to 0. So see, if I hit refresh, everything goes down. And then throughout the week, you're like, oh, I woke up early these days and I did this day and I did these days, and I read every single day because of course, And so you can see you got these little progress bars. I'm just going to fill some of these in so we can see this. And it'll just track your progress. Now, this is automatically set to do, like, if you wanted to do these things all 7 days of the week. How you change that is we're going to open one, and I'm going to go to more properties. The target days is 7. So let's say your habit trackers, you're really only wanting to do these things, like your goal is 4 days a week to do these habits. You can change this to 4. And so then that changes your progress bar. So that's how you can adjust that. You could make a copy of this habit tracker and have one set for 7 days and have another one set for 4 days. So you have like 2 different versions. You could do that, but that's how you change that right there. So it's hidden for now, but that's how you do it. And you can add a new one if you want a new habit and just set that up. It's really easy. Just add a new one, and then you can just refresh it every single week. And a lot of this stuff that I'm telling you, you can find in the little instructions. If you see this yellow thing, it's instructions. And you can delete that when you're done. You're like, oh, I know how to do this. I'm going to delete this now. But that's how that works. So you've got instructions here, and here. So you don't have to memorize all these things, okay? You don't have to inherently know everything. I tried to tuck in these little instructions here and there. And the habit tracker is synced. So it's going to show up like when you go to your monthly page in here, it's going to be there. You can see it, or your quarterly, or wherever. So that way you don't have to like make new ones. It's synced. You can use it wherever. And then down here at the bottom is your Life Hub. So this is designed to where, let's say you find another Notion Hub, or you buy another one from me, because I'm going to be putting more in here, by the way. This is a place where you can add links. So like maybe you've got, or you can do it for websites, do it for anything. But this is kind of like your landing zone for like your links. I have one over here for finances and charity for my QuickBooks Online, because it's easy. I can just go to it and click. If you have something like maybe physical health, maybe you have a link to your Vanderbilt web portal, to check on your doctor stuff, you could put a link right here. Work and professional, maybe that's a link to a website, anything like that. This is kind of like that landing zone of you want all these quick links so you can find stuff and you don't have to go and track them down somewhere else. So like you can see there's a resource link here, just to give you an example, because this is a built-in resource page in the hub. But that's kind of like your landing zone to help you quickly reference things. So this is your dashboard. This is like your main page, right? Then let's look at yearly. Okay, so if we go to the yearly page, this is where you've got, you could do a little reflection. Like this is what you want the year to be like. This is where you can put your word of the year. And I haven't created mine, but this hub comes with a Canva template. So you can click this and customize this template for whatever your word of the year is. And then once you make it, you can say replace and put your own word of the year here. So that's what that is. Then you've got your 2024 reflection, and these you can minimize so it doesn't take up all this room if you don't want it to, right? So that's the beauty of that, because you're not going to look at your reflection the entire year, right? So I made those little toggle things. And then down here, you've got your life categories again, because once again, these life categories are things that, your life is revolving around. These are things that are important to you. You can change these. You can add to these. You can make these whatever you want. And then over here, I've got a little affirmation. And yes, it is also a Canva template. So you can customize these and make your own affirmations. Love it. It's fun. You do get a set of affirmations with this. I couldn't decide on affirmations for this so I ended up creating 2 different ones, and you can actually get those on their own. Let's see, what do they look like? Okay, so there's this one that's like the marble look, and then there's the teal and gold. So you can get this set on its own. The one that comes with the hub is a combination of both, so you get like a blend of both. Okay, then this is our yearly page. So you've got your year to glance calendar here. This is a sticker in the set, by the way. So you can swap this out for the other one because there's two versions of this. You can use this in your planner. And then you've got some other little things here that you can fill in. And then down here at the bottom, there's a link for every month of the year. And you can go to it and it goes to that specific monthly page. Let's just look at January. Here's the January page. You've got your progress. You've got your little mini calendar. And let's say you want to swap this out for a decorative mini calendar. You can do that. Just say replace, swap out the image, and you're good to go. You've got your important notes, your quarter here. You've got some reflection, a place for morning and evening routines, prep for this month, and then another view of your agenda. So your agenda, everywhere you see this agenda throughout the hub, it is the exact same agenda. So anytime you add something here, it's going to show up everywhere your calendar is in here. Same thing with this. If you add something to this, it's going to show up everywhere that this little daily focus bar is. So you're not adding it in multiple places. You add it this one place and it will show up everywhere that this database shows up. Very handy. Habit tracker again. Then these are your goals and projects, and they are filtered for the quarter. So this is like you can set your overall goal and then have action items to go with that goal, and they all connect. You can connect them to a live category, to a quarter, to an action item. And then once again, you got this. Because we're keeping our vision. This is our vision board, our life categories. We're keeping it like always present, always in mind, so that like this is what's important to you throughout the year. You can change these things. These can be whatever. You can add a category for, one example I gave the team was you could add a category for every family member in your home. If you have different things that you need to manage, like maybe you've got a kid who's doing 3 different sports and you need to manage all those dates and games and you know, things you got to take care of, you can have one just for that person. And you've got another kid that their focus is like, you know, maybe they're in band and they've got all this and whatever. So you can add a category for each person and then link all your tasks back to that. So very, very handy. All right, so we did the yearly. Let's look at quarterly. So this is monthly. This is what you see when you go to a month. Up here, you can see if there's any item that's related. That should not say that. Let me edit this real quick. Thank you. Every time I think I catch something. But up here, you've got like a focus. So if you change this right here where it says my focus this month is, and you fill this in, when you're on the yearly page and you go down here at the bottom, you can see your focus. And so at a glance, you can quickly see that January's focus is this. February's focus is this. You can also fill it in right here and it will show up on the monthly page. So there's that. Let's see. Okay, quarterly. This is what our quarterly page looks like. You have got a page for each quarter that you can click on these and it goes to that quarter and you can dive in further. But then down at the bottom, you've got, you know, your live categories, your vision board, again, keeping it in mind. And then let's go to a quarter. So this is what the quarterly page looks like for each individual quarter. So you've got this is a sticker. You can change this. If you don't want this, you can do like 3 little mini calendars, but you know, it's a quarter at a time. Makes sense. You've got a reflection here. You've got another version of your word of the year. And yes, this is a Canva template, so you can change this and make it your own. You've got prep for the quarter, and then you've got access to the monthly pages for every month in this quarter. And then once again, you've got your goals and your projects, and it's filtered by that quarter. So when you go to quarter 2, like let's go back, go to quarter 2, you can see that it's all here. You've got the months for quarter 2. And then this is filtered for quarter 2 goals and projects. So once again, you've got your agenda, and you can always click go to today so that you can see what that, you know, where you're at in that particular one. So that is your quarterly page. And we looked at monthly. So if you click on monthly over here, this is what it looks like. So you see all your months at once, and then you can go in and see that individual month. Love it, love it. Okay, so vision board. And if I'm going too fast on anything or need to go back and catch something, y'all let me know. So this is your vision board. And this is actually an image right here. And you guessed it, there is a Canva template for it. So if you end up changing your live categories, which are these, which goes back to, once again, goes back to this here. Okay, these are all your different live categories. If you end up changing those, maybe you want to change the photos, maybe you want to change the titles. If you click this, it's going to take you to that Canva template, so you can adjust it. You can, tweak it however you want, and then come back and just say replace and choose an image to change that out. So it reflects whatever you've chosen to change it to. Now, if I go to one of these categories here, I'm going to make this bigger. This is the family and relationships category. You can change the cover. The cover here is what changes on your vision board. So this is what you can change here. You've got a little bit of little prompts here. You can add a quick little item to go along with this if you want to. And it's just really simple. You can add whatever else you want on here. Now, I will say that this right here, the vision board live category stuff, is one of the things that's different in the Life Hub version of this. So we'll look at that later. But so that is your vision board area. You can add a new one by clicking this button and then setting everything. There's a template, so you don't have to start from scratch. But there's that. Then we've got the goals and projects. This is what it looks like. You've got, why, intentions, motivation, and then here's where you can set goals. So this is your to-dos. The status filter is set up here. You can change, it's organized by the quarter. So that's how it's sorted. But you've got your to-do list by category. So this, once again, links back to your vision board, your life categories. So you can see how that all works. As you add more, it will automatically group it for you. So that's done here under grouping. So it's hiding if there's nothing there, if you don't have anything in it. That's what that looks like. You can also filter it by the quarters. So if you wanted to see just a quarter at a time, and then you've got all. So this is just everything. There's no filter set on this. So if it's done, it'll still show up here, as opposed to the to-do, which is filtered out. So that is your goals and projects. And yes, if you add a new one, there is a template that will set you up so you can use that. I do not want to add a new one, so I'm going to move that to trash so we don't get confused. So that is your goals and projects. And then your agenda. So this is like the base of your agenda. So anywhere you see that calendar view, you're adding to your agenda. But on this page, this is where everything is listed out. So this is all of them. This is the to-do, so it's filtered out by your status. Then you've got a calendar view. So if you're just on your agenda page and you want to add things here, you can do that. And then category. So this is filtered out by, once again, your vision board, your life categories. So this is the Life Hub. I mean, the Big Picture Planning Hub is the more complicated version. I'm talking with my hands. You guys can't see it. But one request I got was to do a simplified version. So I took feedback on what people did and didn't use, what I did and didn't use, and I wanted to come up with a simplified version. So we're going to look at that. One more item is resources. So in this section, you've got a little brain dump, notes, some important links over here that you can reference, and then some Notion customization. Think of this page as anytime you have a resource, like a website, a video, anything like that, you can put it here so you don't lose it. So this is kind of like your dumping ground for resources. And I just started you off with some Notion customization options. So Indify and Widgetbox are great, by the way. Let's see. One more thing I wanted to talk about is we talked about daily page templates, weekly stuff. Like you can see these. I've added some examples on here so you can see what they look like. So if I click on the daily page, I'm going to make it big. So this is one of the daily page templates, and it is so cute. So cute. This is how, like, if you want to use a daily page and you don't really know where to start, it's just, you can start with a blank page, but this gives you some place to start without having to, you know, make it all up yourself. And if you're working on like the iPad version, setting up page layout elements is not easy on the iPad version. It's not easy on your phone. But if you have a template that's already set up, you're essentially just filling in the blanks. So this is where you fill in the blanks. I love this, by the way, this area here, how it works is, and it works the same way. Anytime you see this on one of the daily or weekly pages, this is how it works. So there's a filter set up where you can choose whatever day it is. Okay. And it will filter out your tasks for that day, for whatever is set on your agenda for that day. There's also a filter for status. And so when you add an item, if you, like, let's just say new page, I'm going to open this up. Right here, you've got a place where you can do it for the category, month, all these things. Priority is where it sets this. So I have weekly planner, daily planner, scheduled for today, must happen today, can be moved and fit in wherever. So this helps me figure out, like, what is important for this day and what can I shift to another day if I don't get to it. So this is where your priority status is. So I'm going to delete this because I don't want an extra one. But so if it's tagged with one of these things, it'll show up under this list, which is really handy. So that's how this works. And there is a little thing here. Okay, I'm going to go back and, oh, not that back. Quit. There's a button on the side of my mouse that's forwards and backwards. So that's what I hit, by the way. So that is daily page 2. And let's look at the daily page 3 template. This is what it looks like. So, and once again, it automatically comes with this calendar for January, but let's say you use this template in, June. You can just swap out this. I just added this here, so it's a placeholder, so you can swap it out. You can make it a pretty calendar if you want to. But so here's how this template looks. Really simple. Let's go back to the dashboard. You've got a journal template that looks like this. So you've got start of the day, today's focus, affirmation and motivation. Then you've just got these little fill in the blanks. You've got this sticker here. You can swap that out. You can change it for anything. You can move these all around. Like I said, the app version on your iPad, setting up the layout, moving the layout stuff is not so easy as it is on the computer. But if you use a template, it's already done for you. You're just filling in the blanks, right? All right, let's go back to dashboard. A weekly page looks like this. So this is the weekly one template. And you've got this little area up here. You've got this. This is a view of your agenda for that particular week. You can just easily just go through your weeks like this or go to today. That's how that works. But you also have this category view if you want to see it like this. So there's that. And then down here, this is where, that page template in a lot of my planners where it's like photo a day, blurb a day. Think of it like this. I have a version of this somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I don't exactly remember when it is. So I know I did this one time and it was so pretty. So let me just look at my past ones. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I'm going to filter this out by weekly planner. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. So this is my previous hub. And did I do it as a daily planner? Maybe I did. Okay. Let's see. I know one of these I did that as. Oh, okay. Let's look at this one. So this was one that I did a while ago. This was back in April. Just to give you an example of a weekly template. this, I pulled in stuff from my book list. So I had like a books of the week view. And then this was like the agenda. Well, this is the current week. Then down here, it's all sorted here. And then this was kind of like, I started out as the photo a day, blurb a day format. And this is what I turned it into. For the photo a day, I used one of the paper notes as like the header. And then I just put little journaling notes and added photos. This is when I was setting up my garden. So this was just like a fun little thing. I ended up not finishing it because, that happens. But I just thought I'd share that as like an example of how you can use one of those templates. Let me see. I have another good one. What is this one? How did this one turn out? Oh, this was that same sort of thing. I started with one of these and didn't finish. I did the to-do list stuff, but did not finish my week. But just to give you some examples, let's see. Do I have any of these that are like really pretty? I know I have some that are like really pretty. Nope. I had a bad habit of like starting some and then just never finishing it. That happens. Did I just create some just to create some? Oh, this was a good one. Let's look at this one. Okay, so this was one, such a cute version. Okay, this was cute. So this is how you can start with a template and then make it something fun. So there you go. That is an example. What's this one? Did I do this one? No. We already looked at those. What's this one? Oh, this was a good one. Okay. Just to give you some examples here. Okay. This is a daily page, right? Cute. What's this one? This one was fun. So, there you go. I feel like I had more. Like, maybe I deleted them. Oh, I already showed you that one. This one I started and then did not finish. This is where I swapped out one of the calendars for a pretty one. There you go. Just to give you some examples of how you can use these templates, okay? So yeah, photo a day. And then, let's go back here. This is the weekly page 2. So this one is, you've got your tasks up here, and then you've got time blocking if you wanted to do time blocking. So let's say, how do these templates work? Okay, so let's go to today, and I'm going to select this, and then you can see when you go to add a new item, you've got templates that you can use. So you can do empty, or you can select one of these. You can also edit these if you want to change it up. You can duplicate it and then make changes so you can create your own. So like if I select this daily 1, I'm going to make it big and then just give it a minute and it will automatically populate for you. There you go. So this is what daily 1 looks like. And see how it just does it for you. So if you're working on your iPad or your phone or something and still want to do a daily or a weekly page, if you use a template, then it's already set up for you and you don't have to do all this, right? So I'm actually going to move this to the trash because I don't want to like mess this up. But so that's how these templates work for these little daily pages. Okay. Does all that make sense? This is the main hub. So this is the big picture planning hub. This is the more advanced version where you can link everything from goals, projects, quarters, months, life categories, all of that stuff. So this is if you really want to dive into goal planning, project planning, quarterly planning, have everything all linked and lots and lots. If you want a simplified version, then you might like the Life Hub. So before we move to the Life Hub, does anyone have any questions so far on this? Because that's a lot that I threw at you, which is why if you guys want more Notion videos, especially in one of these hubs, we can look at that, do some plan together type of things, customize daily pages, adding other things, all that kind of stuff. But okay, so there's no questions on this one. Let's look at the Life Hub. Now, since I used the Big Picture Planning Hub last year, I decided I'm going to try the Life Hub version this year. So this is the one that I've gone with and have started customizing. This is the version that's in the shop. And for those of you who missed this part, if this calendar thing starts like looking like it's weird, you can adjust it by doing these things. Also, just give it a minute and it'll just fix itself. I don't know. It's a weird thing with Notion that's been doing that lately. Same thing if you notice one of these image bars looks short, just hover over it and it will go back to normal size. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But Suki says, I really love my Life Hub planner. Okay, so Suki went with the Life Hub. So the Life Hub is very similar to the Big Picture Planning Hub, except that it's simplified. So I took out the goals and projects stuff. The quarterly and monthly planning are simplified. So if you don't need all of that extra stuff, like if you're not trying to have like, you have a goal of, some big project and then you have task items to work towards that goal. If you're not needing to do that, then the Life Hub might be better suited for you. So the way it works is you've got the vision board with your life categories here. You've got your little progress, the side navigation, all that's the same. But you can see it's, there's some differences. You can add more to it. You can customize this with, you can turn on the name here if you want. You can change the size of it. It's currently set to large. Let's say you end up with a bunch of categories, so maybe you want to make them smaller. You can do that. But this is your vision board life categories, okay? Then down here you've got your habit tracking, just like on the other one. It's a weekly thing. You just refresh it each week to start fresh. And then you've got your agenda down here. It's going to work the same way as the other one, where you've got your items. You can add a new item. You can choose a template. You can see up here that you don't have the link to your goals or the link to the quarter, or the link to the month, because it is simplified. You can set your category. You can add some notes if you want to, and then you've got your priority. Okay, so that's how it's simplified. But you can also choose a template. And then once again, make your own template. So I'm going to move this to trash because we don't want that one. So here's how it works. And one thing that I didn't mention before is, like, if you're looking at this, you've got a cover up here. You've got an icon. So if you have like a plain item like this, you don't have to have all that, but you could add an icon and choose something and be like this, and choose a color. Or if you don't want to choose a color every time and you want your colors to always be the same, you can just set that right here and just choose a color, and then every time it'll be that color. Or you can say, ask me every time. And so see, you can set an icon, and then that's how it looks with a little icon. Okay. You can also remove it, and that's how it looks without. So I personally like to use icons, and I like to color code them so that at a glance, it's easy for me to see. So like the daily pages and journal pages have like a pretty decorative icon. But then like my other notes, I'll show you mine, and I color code them because it just makes sense to me. It's easy for me to quickly look and be like, oh, it's pink, so it's Patreon. Oh, it's purple, that means it's book related. It's blue, that means it's shop related. It's red, that means it's like something crazy important that I need to handle right now. So colors help me. So if that helps, there you go. You've got your filter by status. You've got your filter by category. So like if I go to, mental health, you can see that there's only one thing that shows up. If I go to family and relationships, I'm going to turn that off. Nothing shows up. If I go to work and professional, so that's how this filter works out. So that's your categories. And then down here, you've got your daily focus, just like the other one. You've got your little affirmation. One thing that's different about this one is that, remember what I said about this orange outline? That it is a synced block. So this is your brain dump, which means you can add notes to this here, and anywhere this brain dump shows up on another page, and I've sprinkled it everywhere, you'll see that note. So that like think of this as like the place where you have like that random thought that needs to be organized at some point later, or like you're on a phone call and they give you that confirmation number and you don't know where to put it, just stick it here, you know. That's your brain dump. So I put this in lots of places so that you have that constant list, and you can organize it later. You can like, this could be your temporary list, or like, hey, I need, to remember to tell the hubby to get this at the grocery store. Throw it there. So that's your brain dump. And then you've got this hub down here again, so you can put your links and all that. So that part's the same. Then let's look at yearly. So the yearly is very similar. You've got the brain dump here. That is different. Your word of the year. You've got your reflection, your life categories, your calendar here. But you'll notice you don't have anything about the goals or the monthly. So it's simplified, right? Then if we go to quarterly, you've got important notes. You've got that synced brain dump, affirmation, your life categories. But instead of having a page for each quarter, you have this. It's all on one page. These are toggles, so you can just open them up as you need them, close them as you need them. You could have them all open all at one time if you wanted, and like everything for this quarter is right here, and so it's simplified. There's not a page for each quarter with all the other stuff. It's just like, here's all the quarters of the year. Here's all the stuff. You can just put your notes for each quarter. So that is the simplified version of your quarterly planning. Same thing with monthly planning. You've got your affirmation, your progress. Here's where you've got morning and evening routine, your brain dump, your life categories, because of course. But instead of having a page for each individual month, you've got these drop downs again. So you can just add your notes for each individual month, and you can swap out the covers. So you could just hit replace and choose like another cover. Like maybe you want to plan with like a certain theme each month. And so you could swap out the covers for that theme each month. You could do that. But here's how, everything for this month is just all in one place. You can add photos and stuff here if you want to. You can add other sections. You can rearrange this however you want. But so everything's just simplified. Okay, I'm going to minimize these so they're not so big. But so instead of having individual pages, it's simplified. And then vision board, we've got that same thing. You've got this template. You can adjust this. You can add whatever you want here. And then if I go to one of these categories, it's set up just the same. You've got all these little things. But here's the thing that's different. I went ahead and added a calendar view of your agenda that's already filtered by that category. So if you're, if family and relationships, maybe this is where you add birthdays, anniversaries, family dinner night, anything like that to your agenda, those things will automatically show up here. So that it's already filtered for you. You don't have to worry about that. So if we go back to vision board, they're all set up like this. So let's say you want to add a new one. You would click new page, and I'm just going to go ahead and open it. There's a category page template. So you click it. You've already got a cover that you could just change out. You can name this whatever you want. And, it could be anything that you want, literally anything. And then this is already set up. You just have to select the filter for whatever it is that you just added, right? So it's already done for you. There's a calendar view and then a tasks view that, once again, there's a filter. You just choose whatever it is this new page that you're setting up for is. That's it. So you don't have to set all this up on your own. It's already done for you. And so if I go back to vision board, you can see right here, it's already set up category page because, we didn't name it. But, if you named it, it would be here. And if I go back to the dashboard, you can see that this new thing that you added is right here. So it works the same way on the Big Picture Planning Hub, where you can add new categories and they automatically show up, right? So I'm going to delete this because, we don't want this. Let's go back here. Okay, so that is your vision board. Agenda is set up the same way as before, I gave you a little brain dump, a smaller version of your vision board life categories, and then your task here. So it's set up the same way as that other one, okay? And then resources, obviously you've got your resources again. I added a little decoration because I couldn't resist it. And with the agenda, you've got those same templates. Let's go to the calendar view. If you want to add a new one, you know, you can choose this, choose all this. Simple, right? I'm going to say move to trash. So that's the Life Hub. So you can see how, like, I didn't go into detail on some of these because we already went over it, but you can see that it is a simplified version of the Big Picture Planning Hub. So it just, whichever one you choose, it's just based on like whatever it is that like fits you best. Okay, how do you change the monthly block covers? Okay, so let's go to monthly planning. And the way these work is they're images, right? So all you do is you click the three dots and say replace. I'm going to choose upload file, and then let's go to the euphoric era because you guys already know that. I'm going to go to the stickers and I'm going to choose January. And see, it's swapped out. That's as easy as, not easy peasy, right? That's all you got to do to change the look. And that's how you can use the stickers that come with the kit. So if I go, let's go back to here, classics, my Notion, my images, and I'm going to go back to January, swap it out. There you go. We are swapped out. The same thing with these borders. So the borders are a little bit different. It's a little harder to see those, but you can click it and say replace. And then I can come down here and choose the teal one. And there you go. I've got the teal one. I'm going to change that back because this is the one that goes in the shop. So I'm going to do the glitter one. Same thing with this header up here. So I'm going to say change cover. I'm going to say upload. And I'm going to choose, let's choose this one. And now I've got a new header. It's simple as that. Super easy to customize. Super, super easy to customize. So you guys see me do this if you go back and look at the Notion customization videos, where every quarter I put out a new sticker pack for the planning hub. You can see me customize this. I can customize this icon. I'm going to say upload, and maybe I want it to be, the butterfly one. And then there you go. That's how that looks, right? And look, when you change this here, you can see that it changed in the menu right here. See? So that's how that works. I'm gonna swap that back. Put that there. There you go. So now they all match, right? So that's really as easy as swapping that out. Super, super simple. So like, let's say that every month you want to think, okay, I'm going to plan in the Midnight Elemental theme for February. So you could just swap this out for the pack for Midnight Elemental. Or, I got a request for the love story theme. So maybe in February, because Valentine's, you want to go with love story. So you swap this out for the love story one. Okay, that's how that works. Super, super simple. Super, super simple. So let's go. Okay, so I know it's 10:59, but if you guys still want to keep going, we can keep going, because I just figured this would be a long one anyways. Like I said earlier, I'm using the Life Hub version this year because I used the Big Picture Planning last year. So this year I want to switch it up and use the Life Hub version. I've already started customizing mine, of course. I've customized my vision board life categories. I've customized my habit tracker. So do you guys want to see that? You guys want to see it? It's so pretty. Okay? It's so pretty. I'm going to pull this over. Just a reminder, this was this started out as the Pink Queen, and then I customize it every quarter. I customize it with something new. So this was the Euphoric Era. So my 2025 Life Hub Okay, this is how I've started customizing mine. I added more to my vision board, and it is so pretty. Okay, it is so pretty. This is how I've customized mine. I've added more to it. I added headers like what I did for the Euphoric Era one. And if you don't know how to do these headers, go back and look at the video that I did for the Euphoric Era customization, because I actually went step by step and we created those during that video. So go check that out if you need a step by step of how to create these on your own. But I fucking love it. Okay, I know the hubby wants me to cuss less, but I don't care. Look how pretty it is. Okay, so I went with some of the original ones that were already there. I moved them around based on like importance and look, honestly. So now I have family relationships, work and professional, home and environment, all things books, because of course, physical health, mental health, Patreon planning crew. Because one thing I was doing before is I had a separate hub for my Patreon so that it could be shared, but I decided like, let's just bring it in here. So I've got Patreon planning crew, Patreon book club, education, editorial, contract work, and then finances and charity. So this is my vision board, my life categories, and it's pretty. Okay, it's pretty. I love it. I love it. My habit tracker, I did start customizing it. So I changed this to up by 5 a.m. I added take vitamins. I did no fast food, healthy eating, book journaling, and decluttering. So those are the ones that I added. I will probably add one or two more just to even everything out. So that's one thing that I did. Suki says, what do you do inside the All Things books? Okay, so for All Things books, if I add stuff to my agenda, so if we're looking at my agenda, things for All Things books, like this one, I've got order Brandy Hines signed paperback to complete my collection because I have 2 of the 3. So I put this under the All Things books category, and I prioritize it as can be moved, so I can move it around. It's not specific to a particular day. I meant to do it yesterday, totally forgot. So it actually needs to be moved to today. So we're going to do that. Another thing I do for All Things books is I do a review. And so to get this, so this you can see, this little arrow means it's linked. So I need to write the review for Claws of Death because that's an arc that I did. So this actually links to my reading dashboard so that I can do that. And I'm just going to hit back on my mouse to go right back to this. So like how that works is I'm going to do review and I'm going to say at, and then the book that I'm reading now that I need to review is Filthy Few. So I select it and now it's automatically linked. And I'm going to say All Things Books. And I'm going to say must happen today because I'm behind. And to go with my little matchy, I'm going to choose the book and make it be purple so that it matches. And so now, see, it's right here on my calendar. So that's some of the things I put in All Things Books. Like this one is I'm expecting a delivery of a signed copy of a book on Monday. So I put a cute little box, put it under All Things Books. So if I were to filter this by All Things Books, I can see that here's some of my action items for All Things Books. I can filter this. Let's see, turn that off. Patreon Book Club. I can see that here are some of my events. And yes, I did do a customized little icon of the Patreon logo and made it purple to match. Yes, I did do that. So, because I could not help myself. Okay. But so that's how that works. So this is my agenda for right now. I've started adding things to it. As you can see, I've got a lot that I've added to it. And let's say you want to plan ahead for like the quarter. You're thinking bigger picture, not just this month. So when I do that, I will hit this button that says open as a full page. And then it starts with, like, if I hit today, it's going to start with whatever's now. But then you get this look that is just like scrolling on to infinity. And I can start planning ahead for the quarter. So you can see that I've already started doing like the blog posts, planning out what editions of those, book club posts, invoices, YouTube. I've got to be determined for some of those, stuff like that. And once again, I've got this filter so that I can change this and be like work and professional and just like, let's just focus on this right now. You know, I can look at this and be like, Patreon planning crew, just focus on this. I can do, you know, I don't know what all I have, editorial. Okay. And just be like, so if you want to plan ahead for, let's just focus on editorial stuff. So that would be like blog posts, YouTube videos, shop releases, stuff like that. If I filter it out, I can plan ahead and I can, you know, I can take this, let's go down here. I can say duplicate, move it to the next date, and then change this to number 3. So it's really, really simple when you think of it like that. I mean, it's much easier to do on the computer version or the web version than your phone or your iPad, but it's also really handy if you do this on your computer and then you reference it on your iPad or you reference it on your phone. It's really simple to add events to this on your phone. It really is. It really, really is. So don't be scared of it. I know this can look really intimidating, but filters really, really help. And so like I have this done to where like some of the stuff is like complete. So you can see some stuff is already turned off, you know, because I set the status to complete, but really, 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 really handy. Really, really handy. And then one thing that I did to customize it is I pulled in a view from my oh, not that. Why is there an extra space there sometimes? I swear, I don't know why. Is it because it's bigger? No, I don't know. Sometimes it looks like there's an extra space there and sometimes it's like not. I don't understand. It's weird. But I did a view of my book. So see, I've got my reading dashboard that looks like this. And I don't want duplicates of things, right? So I just added a view of my reading dashboard so that this is like book releases of stuff that's coming out. I can like skip ahead and see, you know, what stuff is coming. And then I can easily go back to today. And then this is currently reading. It's just filtered. So it is filtered by my status of just currently reading. And that it is just a view of that database. And then for properties, I just have book name and it's set up as a gallery view, you know, so there's that. And then I started adding some of my stuff to my little hub down here. So this is what this looks like. But yeah, so that's how I've started customizing mine and I fucking love it. Love it. Susie says, wow. She says, I need to add some appointments. Yep. Go do it. Go do for it. Let's see. She says that my mom has physiotherapy twice a week, so I would do that the same way. Yeah. Now, they do have, like, we were just talking about this. I think it was Claudette that sent a link that you can set up recurring task in Notion, but it is like formula based. It's like a lot of extra processes. And then there's like a difference if you have the free plan of Notion versus the pro plan of Notion of how you can set up those things. Personally, I like to just duplicate and do it. So if I go here, just for example, if I'm going to go to Patreon Book Club, like if I'm setting up these things, obviously it's not fully done, but for me, it's kind of like when you write stuff down, you remember it better. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So for me, this is like my version of if I write it down, I remember it. So if I'm going to sit down and like plan ahead, like what is all of my stuff for book club, put it here. And then, you know, maybe I'll switch over to, okay, work and professional. This is like planning out, I've got stuff on here like finalize this, and I've got the PR team is going to start getting goodies on the 16th, and, designing the PR planner. And then, I've got quarter one, month one teasers go out, and then this is what the bundles go out. So this helps me like plan out those releases. And then I can also go in here and say, let's look at editorial. I can go here and see like, okay, this is blog stuff. Shop the blog, shop the collage goes here. And then, I've got the reading list goes here. And this helps me plan out YouTube stuff. So like this week is Notion, and this week next week I've got to be determined, because I don't know what we're doing. If you have a question, let me know if you want to see something. And then on the 20th, we're doing a quarter one, month one teaser. So, this is how it goes. Like this one, I will probably do, 2025 planner setup. That's probably what I'll do. And so I can plan ahead. You can also hit this little button to make this be, hovering out of the way, so you get a little bit more room for your days, so you can see stuff. You'll notice that one thing that I like to do, I'm gonna clear that, is for a lot of these things, like I'll put capitals just because like it registers visually different for me. So I can be like billing, PR team, book club, Patreon, release, stuff like that. So visually the colors and like the capitals just work better for, my brain. But this helps me plan ahead. This is like, and when I go to sit down and do my weekly spread, I can look here and be like, okay, here's everything for this week. There's also a thing, if you wanted, you could customize this where I'm going to say, I'm going to duplicate this view. Okay. I'm going to change the name to weekly. Okay. And then under calendar, right here, show calendar as month, I'm going to switch it to the week. Okay. So if this helps you, you can see like if the whole month is too much and it's like, well, I don't need to see all that. What are my priorities this week? You can go to weekly and look at it this way. And you can, just look 1 week at a time if that helps. So that's something you can do. That's an easy change that, you can do that no problem. Just looking at the week and be like, oh, I need to do this. So that's just another way that you can customize if that is too much to see that the whole month at one time, which could be. You can rearrange these easily by just grabbing these little grippy things and moving them around. Like if you want your calendar to be above your habit tracker, you can move that. If you want your book releases to be above, you can move that. It's easy peasy. I decided to make the habit tracker more important right now for since I'm not doing a goals thing for the Life Hub. So I put the habit tracker up at the top so that it's just more like, oh, these are the things I need to be focused on. Like you could add one that's like, something about a particular goal. Maybe you add that as a habit. So it's like if your goal is to, I don't know, buy, buy something or save up for something or do a certain project, and you want to make sure you're like doing something each day of the week to move towards that goal, then you can add it as an element for your habit tracker. So there you go. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so this is mine and I love it. Okay. I love it. Also, these things, like let's say you want to duplicate this and then you can just drag it up, and maybe you don't want this little bar at the top. Maybe you want this instead. You can totally do that. And that's lovely. Okay? That's lovely. But yeah, so there's mine right now, how I've got things. I will go through and sit down and do the reflection, and I'm gonna set my word of the year. I think I'm gonna do my word of the year to be the same as what I had for I said a word of the quarter not this current quarter, but the one before, I think is when I set it, and I liked that. So I think I'll probably do that again. Let me see. Did I set that for, I think I set it for this one. Yeah, so this is where I use that template, if you're wondering what that looks like. So this is, I think that's on the monthly page this time, the skinny one. Yeah, so here's the skinny template. You click on this and go to Canva and just make a copy of it and edit it. And this is what I used here. So I think I'm going to use the same thing, but just change the colors. Just change it so it matches. But yeah, so this was my word of the quarter. I think I'm going to let this be my word of the year and swap this out and do that there. So, and I may add the word of the year here somewhere on this page. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put it in here and slide this over and make this, you know, smaller and add it here. I don't know. Because I could come in and I'm going to say duplicate and put that here, you know, and let's shift this around and shift this around and maybe replace this and do the, where did I put that? There. Okay, so maybe I want to do that instead, you know, and put that, shift that here and put that there. And let's see, no, not a caption. Sometimes you've got this little thing and sometimes you don't. I don't know why. So like sometimes you've got an alignment where you can say center, and then other times it does not give you that option. I don't know why. I have no idea why it does that. Because I don't want a caption, but I don't know. It's weird. But, so there you go. So I may put that there, or maybe I'll swap this out and do, you know, do like not have this and do like my word of the year here. You know, that's just, you know, it's up to you. However you want to customize it, you can do that. So, hopefully that helps. Okay. Do you have any questions? Do you want to see anything else? Is there, you know, like what you got? Lay it on me. I think I do like this here. I think I do like that there. Maybe. I think so. I think so. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, how like sometimes it makes that look short. And I don't know why, but if you hover, it just goes back. I don't know, it's a weird thing. Because where I had this out, and it, you know, I don't know. It like auto adjusts, I guess. Okay, anything else? Anything else that you guys wanted to see? You know, you do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I might want to add to this. Like, what if I did this? So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do Control-C to copy. And I'm going to go here and I'm just going to Control-V to paste. And then I'm just going to slide it in here. And I think I'm going to change this to book count, maybe. I don't know. Let's make that a little smaller. Make this a little bigger. I mean, that's kind of fun to have my book count. And maybe I want to duplicate this and put that there. And change this and say book count. Done. There you go. I still don't know why this one's bigger, because they're the same kind of thing. Okay, if I duplicate this and put this here, I don't know why it reads as like an extra line, because it shouldn't. Like, that's weird. I don't know why it does that. Like, it'll go away and then it'll come back, and I don't know. But there you go. That is my, I feel like this can be smaller. It can be a little larger. Yeah, I like that. I'm okay with that. Okay, and says everything was fun, informative. Yes, all the books. Yes, all the books. So this is my, this is a chart view of my yearly book count filtered by this year. And it's also color coded because, of course, I color code things because I love color coding. But okay, I like this. I like this. I need to swap out my affirmations. You know, I wonder if I have a view where you could see somewhere. I did use a brain dump thing, or maybe I did it. Maybe I did it in here. Let's go back. Okay, so here's an example of that that little brain dump sticky note thing, as I called it here. So it is synced. That's one thing that I used here. So I don't know. It just makes it handy to show up in other places, because if you have this brain dump, you could copy that and put it on a daily page, and then you could always have your brain dump with you. Okay, Brianna says, I am very new to Notion. Could you tell me how to do that styling to your headers? What is the code snippet? Oh, okay. Okay, well, if you do this, if you have this template and you want to use these things, it is so easy to just duplicate it and then move it somewhere else and like add this in. Oh, okay. Let's not do that. Come on. Let me put that here. So this is what that code looks like. This is a, let's see. What is it called? It is a formula, not a formula. It's not code. What is it called? Oh, block equation. Okay, so it's a block equation is what that's called. And that's how you get that look. And then this is the equation that's in there. So I'll just leave that up for a minute if you want to do it. So how it's written is like the first part is the size, and then the next part is the type of text, and then this is like your text formula. So the color, and then the color box, and then the words. So that is what that looks like. And like I said, if you have this template, then anytime you need one of these, you can come in here and change this and be like, you know, memo or memo, and say done. You have to hit done. Okay, that is the thing. And you can change your colors. So like if I change this to, then it looks like this. So this is your hex code for your color for the box, and this is for the font. So that is what that looks like if you needed to use that again. I'm going to delete that, and like let's go to day, and I'm going to choose, is it daily one? Let me see. It's hard to remember these. You can rename these, by the way, if daily one does not make sense to you, but I think this is the one that I'm thinking of. Come on. Don't be slow. Why are you being slow? You do realize we're on a live stream, right? We are on a live stream. Why are you being slow? Don't be slow. I'm going to close that. Okay, well, while that's going, I don't know why it's taking forever. Oh, there we go. No, damn it, that's not even the one. Okay, by the way, if you ever are choosing a template and you're like, that is not the template that I wanted, if you Control A to select everything and hit delete, then it's going to go back to an empty page. It may take a moment, but it's going to go back to an empty page, and then you can choose a different one. Okay, that is your workaround. So I think it's daily 2 is the one that I was thinking of. Yes. Okay, so here is your block equation, and that's how okay, so huge, it gets these big ones, by the way. So huge. So let me just leave that up for a moment in case you want it. Sugi says, I was trying to make a weight tracker template for my current goal and starting weight, but couldn't figure out the formula for the progress bars. The formulas are annoying. I mean, they're a little tricky. It's a lot easier if you start with one that, like, let's say the habit tracker is something that you like that formula. Copy the formula and then tweak it for whatever you need. That is the easiest way to do that. Brianna says, oh, interesting. I'll look into how to do block formulas to use that kind of formatting in my own templates. So like, okay, I'm gonna copy this. Copy. Done. Okay. So if I just come down here and I'm gonna do this and go down to block equation, and then type this in. I just hit paste to put it in, and then there you go. There it is. That is easy peasy. The other way to do it is if you do, where is it at? Inline equation, I think. Yeah, there you go. So this is the difference between inline equation and block equation. So inline means that it's just going to be off to one side, and then block means it's going to be like centered in this block. So if you're looking for two different ones, that's how you do it. So this is your two different looks. So block equation is this way, and inline equation is this way. Hope that helps. So it's like, it's hard to remember what these things are, but that is, nope, back up. So those are your differences. So inline equation versus block equation. And then embed, that's how you get like the your little calendar things, or your widgets from Endify and all that kind of stuff. You can also do, let me see if I can do this quickly. If I can't, then we'll do a thing. So like if I do teal GIF, okay, what? Okay, there we go. So let's click on this. Okay, so if I do this, I'm gonna say download, okay, and then go back to here. Oh, not that one. I don't want to edit that one. Go back to here, and then you can say, I'm gonna do this and do, I think it's image, and then upload it. I'm gonna go to my downloads and choose that I just did. And then now you've got this cute little GIF that's all like floating around, and you can add that to your pages for something fun. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go back to here, and then I could put that here. And now I've got this cute little thing if I wanted. So that's something fun that you could do to customize your stuff. Does that make sense? Is that fun? Okay, that is fun, right? That is fun. So, okay, once again, inline equation versus block equation for this. So these are the block equations, and the formula is the same. It's just a block equation instead of inline, and then the text is huge instead of large. So like these, if I change this and go here and I type in huge, oh, not caps lock, huge, done. Then that's how that looks. So there you go. And I think you can just turn this into a block equation. Yeah, and it looks like this. So you can do that, which is fun. That's another way that you can customize things. You're like, on the agenda. That's so cute. I like it. And it's like I could change this to, I'm going to copy that because there's no way I'm remembering that. There you go. And that's a different hex code. And there you go. I'm going to just remember to hit done, or it doesn't save that. So there you go. That's fun. That is fun. I love customizing these things. Okay. Is there anything else? That's just cute. Okay, that's just cute. That's cute. I'm going to move that though. I'm going to put it right there. There. Maybe put that there. There you go. Actually, I think I want a space there. That feels better. Okay. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to see? Because these are fun. Now, okay, so Suki, if you were talking about like this right here is not a formula for the progress bar. This is the new chart feature. So let's go over to my dashboard and see what, let's go the reading one. This is the chart feature in Notion where you can change this. So if you have like a log of like, if you said a weight tracker, so you could do something like that and track it this way. And you could have it to where like if you logged in a weight each day or each week or something like that, you could change this. Oh, not that. What did I do? Which one? So there's different settings. Okay, so here you go. What to show. So you could do like this and do like an average. So like, let's say if you logged, you said weight, for example, let's say you logged a weight every single day, and then you tag it for the month, because these are my books for like, I have a tag for the month. Then you could do like an average. Like if I set this to average, then I could see that my average hours for each month is this, as opposed to if I did the sum, which gives me my total for that month. So that I feel like that would be a good example. And I feel like the chart feature is easier than figuring out formulas, because formulas, there's a whole different beast over there, you know, there's a whole different beast. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know which one I like more. I think I like my book count more. I'm going to move that over here. So that's my first one. But yeah, so does that make sense? Suki, did that help? I feel like that's a lot easier. And the way this works, if you're wondering if you want to do it this way, the way it works is if I look at a book entry, I've got a property for monthly reading. And like if I click on this, you can see I've color coded them, of course, by the year. So I've got for the monthly reading, but then I also have a yearly thing. Okay. So the way that this works, also there's a number amount for page count, right? Okay. So if I'm looking at page count, if we're using that example, this is filtered so that, okay, so the filter is set for the year. So I'm looking at the whole year, and the what to show is set to page count. Okay. And then it's not grouped. It's, let's see. So this is, it's hard to, when I click on it, it goes away. So what to show is monthly reading, and then it's sort by ascending, you know, so it goes by the month, and then we're showing the page count. So that's what this looks like. So it's filtered by that yearly tag, and then it's shown the monthly on this, on the Y, and then the X is the pages. But you can change it and do like a line chart. You've got this vertical one. You've got the little donut if you want the donut. That's a lot of pages. Damn, that's a lot of pages. I like this one. And no, I don't want that. I want monthly. There you go. There you go. So that's how that looks. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. That's a lot. I've thrown a lot to do in this video. And if anyone, well, I will say this, I don't have time to do timestamps for this video, but if anyone wants to go back and do detailed timestamps for this live stream, let me know. Do it, and I can give you some store credit if you want to help me out to do timestamps to go in the video description. So I will put that out there. If anyone has the time to go back and do detailed timestamps for this live stream, let me know, and then I can do a store credit for you if you do that. So, because I don't have time to do it today, but I think it'd be really helpful. But yeah, so hopefully that all helps. Hopefully that all helps, guys, because that's a lot. That's a lot that I throw at you. Okay. Anything else? Do I like this here? I don't know. I don't know if I like this here. Is it too much? Maybe it's too much. Do I need this on my dashboard? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this stays. But this is kind of fun having this, because I can always just click on this and be like, oh, that is the book that I'm finishing hopefully this morning. So yeah. Okay. That's all I got. I feel like it was a long one. It was a long one, but I hope you guys liked it. I hope you got a lot out of it. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot that I just told you. But But there you go. There you go. Anything else? Anything else? Because, you know, hour and a half, I feel like that's a good live stream. This is so cute. I don't know why I don't do this more, because that's really cute. I need to do my word of the year. And I may swap that out for the long, skinny one. I don't know. But there you go. That's all I got. The beautifulness that is this. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Okay. That's all I got. There's still a few of you here. That's really cool. But if that's it, if you guys don't have any more questions, then I will go. This is both of these hubs are in the shop now, and the sticker pack itself is in the shop. If you guys want, okay, let's one more thing. If you guys want these pre-made headers with these categories on it, if you would like a sticker pack for that, let me know, because that's something that I've been debating on, like doing that. Like, I can give you this exact sticker pack right now if you want it. I can put that in the shop along with a blank version. But, you know, if you don't, that doesn't help. That's fine. But yeah, I do have it on my list to do a customizer pack for the reading book list. Okay. I just haven't done it yet. Okay. But it is on there. It is on the list. It will happen. It will happen. I just don't know when, but yeah, because it's time to customize these things. So there you go. There you go. That's all I got. That's all I got. So pretty. I just can't get over how pretty it is. Okay. That's it. If you do have questions after this, like if you buy one of these hubs and you have questions and you're like, oh, I don't remember what you said and I can't find it in the live stream, or I don't think you talked about this in the live stream. What do I do? How do I do this? Let me know. I can always do Reels videos, TikToks, another live stream. I can just answer a question in the Facebook group. You can email me, anything like that. Add a screenshot in the Facebook group with a question. That's cool. Everybody can chime in. I'm happy to help. But that was a lot. I threw a lot at you today. A lot. But like I said, if anyone has time and wants to do timestamps, reach out to me to claim that, and I can set up a store credit when you do those, because I have done that before, and it's very handy for me and you. So that's it. That's all I got. I am out, and I will see you guys next time. This was so much fun. Ta-ta and toodaloo.